thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm Ghost Prime, and this is C-05 Missing Link Sunstreaker. And what's really special about this is Sunstreaker has never been officially reissued. There is a KO out there, but he has never had an official reissue, so this is the first official Sunstreaker since the vintage version. And I don't know if they came out in Gold Box Classics in the 90s. It's possible, but it's the first official Sunstreaker in G1 form since then, and he is a doozy. They did cut a feature, which I'll go over in the review, but overall, I think he's pretty cool. Now, one thing I do want to say is he does have all the same metal that the original did, which is in his feet, so he's got some heft to him. This is metal, and he has a gun. When did he have a gun? And how does he hold a gun? Why does he have holes in his fists? I will explain all that and more in the review. So please like and subscribe. And without any further ado, let's get to that review. And here we have him in the box, and what a beautiful box this is. You can see, I think that's supposed to be Spike or something of the like. It rhymed. And here's Sunstreaker in there, and he's got a new picture right there. So as a reminder, here's the old picture of the old box art, and I dig the new one. The new one's cool. Kind of gives that sort of like, hey, I can move my knees now. Look, very cool. There he is on the side, kind of mimicking almost the same movement that's on the front. And on the back, of course, this mimics the Japanese box, not the American one. So you do get tech specs, you get the same sort of thing, but it is very Japanese. And the box is small. It's smaller than the original Transformers car boxes by quite a bit. So I'm using smoke screens here as an example. Just for size differences, I don't have a Generation 1 Sunstreaker in the box. But here is the smoke screen box, the US box. So the Japanese ones, I believe, are also this size. I think this mimics the same sort of size. Oh, one thing I did forget. You do have the obligatory change into a robot. And there he is in a similar G1 pose. So all this is very cool presentation on these boxes. And now, given that I am not an inbox collector, let's get this guy open and check him out. All right, there we go. We got C-05 there. And the styrofoam in the middle. Let's slide it out this way. All right. Straight in the box, we've got a chrome gun. And we have some chrome missiles, shoulders, fists. So this is actually, let's see, little Diaclone driver. Doesn't look, I don't know if they has, those are magnets or not. All right, getting real close. Decent paintwork. Head is done in silver. He has actually chrome on the chest there. That's a tiny little piece of chrome. And the belt buckle, that's kind of cool. I mean, look how small it is in my finger. Look at that. It has jeans painted on there. And silver all the way on the back. That's something unexpected. But I don't think the head can turn. The arms can move up, as of the legs. Okay, and let's take out Sunstreaker. Oh, that is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. We'll look at that more in detail later. There we have his gun, which the original toy did not have one like this. This is like sideswiped. Maybe we'll be getting a sideswipe. That would be cool. Because they do have the license, it looks like. Or maybe not. I don't know if this says licensed on it. Shoulder pylons. And fists. I don't remember, but I think there are 2 sets of fists. In here, I'll take a look real quick. There's a tech spec. We have stickers, which yellow, finally fixed. We'll have to actually open this bag up and take a look. It is bent here a little bit. So like I said earlier, there is a tech spec, and it is really very thick. We have a set of stickers, which is really cool because it actually has the Diaclone sticker on there. And it has the red stickers like the G1 toy and the yellow ones for right here that were never there originally. I think that's kind of cool. It's also, they have this one and this one, these stickers, but they're already come pre-applied. So I think this is more for show than anything else. If you want to put one of these on, I'm sure you could make it look a little bit more toyetic, if you will, because that's the whole point of this thing. Here is that artwork again with on the back here a picture of them, and so I don't know what that says because I don't read Japanese. It's a flimsy card. A set of instructions, as all things should, and Transformers more than meets the eye. Looks like a booklet and catalog. I love catalogs. And there is Corden, which I will be getting soon. It is on the way, and I will be doing a video on that one too. So it's a short one because we are doing this one. Just a comparison, so stay tuned for that. It's got this picture here. There is this thing, Prime, Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, and I'm not sure what that says. Buy these now. No. But cool. You can also see there's the catalog or the pictures of Recordon and Sunstreaker. And last thing, let's take a look at decoder. Does still work. All right, so let's do some comparisons. First off, let's look at the fists. This is the new fists, and here is a vintage fist. It is a little discolored, so the color is going to be different between the two. But you can see the sculpt work on them is nearly identical. It does not have the sprue marks, and this has a post instead of a like a shooting fist, because these will not shoot. Same thing with the shoulder pylons. Here is this one, and here is the original. You can slide that down. So you get that. Maybe the color is a little different. I don't know. Let's see the back. Let's see this peg here. You can see how yellowed the yellowed Sunstreakers. I'd say it's pretty close if you look at the peg, which doesn't have any sun damage on it. Like I said, this is Sideswipe's gun. And here are these two side by side. So you can see, I think there's going to be a Sideswipe coming. What do you think? Of course, I saw the Diaclone driver, and I can't find my knockoff one. So that's just the way it is. I don't know if these are magnets in there. Well, they're magnets. So that's really cool about this little guy. And he does, of course, fit in. You can open the canopy here, which I think snaps in. It holds it in there real tight. You can fit in this little place right here, little seat in the center. I get it arms up a little bit more. I don't want to scratch that paint. Let's put his arms up. We're going to put him in like that. And there he is inside Sunstreaker. Speaking of Sunstreaker, let's take a up close look. We have a really nicely working rub symbol right there on the side. The pinned wheels, just like in the G1. This is painted on headlights and Autobot logo. Front bumper painted on logo right there. And this is really cool, like they did with Optimus Prime, is they have a molded and painted engine details, like the sticker detail. Very cool. This is all painted again. Piece of styrofoam on it. But this is kind of interesting how like they still have the peg there in the back, but the arm doesn't quite reach. The Countach label is completely missing, even from the stickers. It is not there. So it makes me think maybe this is not licensed. Maybe they're trying to get the license. Maybe it was just enough difference so Lamborghini didn't mind them using the design, I have no idea about licensing. But yeah, I think that's interesting, actually. But I would like to see Sideswipe from this. It really does feel like it's coming. Lastly, we said we did have these missiles. They do have pegs, but here is the original. See how brilliant that chrome is in comparison. I know this one's very old, but still. I'm going to leave these on the sprue and not take them off. I do like him having a gun arm, but just for the simple stats, just for the sake of having him on the sprue, I'm going to leave him on the sprue. And now time for comparisons. Move him this way and bring in the Generation 1. My Generation 1 has seen better days, but we get a good idea here of how they look, how accurate this missing link is to the original. And honestly, it's spectacular. It is absolutely spectacular. Detail-wise, it's all there with the exception of that Countach. I don't know if you can see it there, the Countach design on the spoiler. But we got the engine detail right there, stickers. It's got smoked glass windows. I don't have these stickers on mine. I don't know why those black spots are there, but you got the CR there for car robots. This does not want to stay under on my underside. All the detail, again, it mimics the original quite nicely. We do have some more screw marks, screw holes, stuff like that, but it's incredibly close. Here's the rear end. Incredibly close. Very, very cool. Even the placement of the rub symbol is pretty much the same. This is a cool release. Very awesome release. And it rolls incredibly well. Of course, this being a missing link, the transformation is a tad different. Let's get this Diaclone driver out of there, or Spike, if you will. You can see some of the sticker detail show up there. It's similar but different. So we do still have this back piece that opens up, and the arms folded in like so. And you do the same thing. Move the arms out. Yeah, move this one up and out. These, so you can see a little bit of articulation there, the pins. These do ratchet, which is cool. This piece is very different. There's a lot of little joints in here. So again, you move this up, move this out, and you can take this whole section here. I don't know why it's stuck. You want to be delicate with this thing. No broken spoilers. Go ahead and smooth this head up. Yeah, I don't know why that's stuck right now. I'll come back to it. Let's do the legs. The legs still pull out from this joint here. Oh, can't get it in focus. And so what I'm going to do first, though, is disconnect these. They do peg in, as you can see. I'll get to this later. There's something I don't like about that. But now we just extend the leg, pull out straight down. It is tough. Be careful. I felt like I was going to break this the first time. And then, as we would, we take the foot and push it out, just like the Generation 1, up, and listen to that. I don't know if you hear it. Nice. Nice ratcheting. These pieces here are on a hinge, so we could move those how we see fit. So we can have it mimic the vintage. Arm just comes down, get that joint right there. This piece comes up. And now, in here, there is a joint right here. And this, in order to get this whole assembly to sit correctly, because there is a pin right there that's not on the original, there's a joint here. So you move the joint like that, move that in and like that. So it has the joint in there flat. And then we could put the canopy down, or I should say the seat in the middle, then the canopy down. If the head went down, go ahead and reveal the head again. And we have him in robot mode for the most part. Oh, there's one thing I did forget to push this back up. This is where we have options. We'll get into the detail later, as there is a lot to get into, but we have options here. So first off, let's do the ones that technically are not optional. We got the shoulder pylons, move that up like that. Those stick in there, and look at that, they don't fall out. I've never had a Sunstreaker where they're nice and tight like that. I had a brand new Sunstreaker as a kid, and I still always did that. So here we have this like this. I think I have these arms backwards. Yes, I do. These are supposed to be like this. So they have these yellow pieces on the outside. So we have the fists. Now these are the toy fists, and they just friction in to the holes right there in the arms. Like that. Oh, but he has a gun, and they don't know. How do you hold it? Well, there's a way to do that. What's really cool is you have to take out these fists, and you take his forearm here, you open it up, and there's a fist in there. And move that fist out and around, close it up, and you have a fist right there with a hole in the hand, and it could open up like so. And then that hole will accommodate the gun. And as you can see, it does have wrist swivel. It has both hands. It doesn't matter. They don't fire. So that is something that they did have to omit to have fists, because they don't fire. So if that's something you're looking forward to, it does not do that. But I think it's fantastic. It's a great way to get it to actually hold a weapon by just removing the fist and going ahead and push on that. I can't. Moving this out like that. And these are meant to mimic his toy fists. So I think that's rad. So anyway, as we do, let's look at this head sculpt. And it is just like the original. And it being a missing link, it turns. It swivels. It doesn't go all the way around, but it goes about that far either way, which is enough. And it can look down a little bit due to transformation. That's very cool. Arms, very articulated. Move up like that. And it can move out like this. And he can get pretty good range of motion. He has a bicep swivel. He has 90 degree at the elbow. He has wrist swivel. And then you already saw the knuckles. Hey, here's a weird segue from the future. I forgot to mention, his arms also go all the way around in articulation, and they go like this. So he has a ton of articulation in these arms. Super fantastic. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. Does not have a waist, because that's just how he transforms, but his legs could kick up like this, go back like this, and he has double jointed knee. He has ankle pivots. He also has thighs, 90 degrees, or sorry, 360 degrees at the thighs. One of the things I did notice is how these knees are built. They hit right there, and you kind of got to push them back to go all the way in. You could do it, but just by pushing it in, it just kind of gets stuck sometimes, I've noticed from posing him. I guess toe movement too, if you want to call it that. So really cool movement, really cool, like, articulation on him for a Generation 1. And even has some detail, like the sticker detail on the inside. I did say I'd get to this. And it's really cool because this is also completely sculpted. All of this is sculpted in and is painted like the stickers. So I think that's wonderful that they did that. Very, very nice details on it. Of course, you have the detail in there. more sticker detail right here. See that? That is also sculpted into it. Now, I did say I'd talk about these. I wish this was on a hinge and it didn't just show up, because you could do a Generation 1 style if you want him to look just like a Generation 1, because there was never been a reissue of this guy. So these do kind of go like this. They don't snap together, but you could put his legs together like that and kind of get a Generation 1 look from the legs. It is what it is. Definitely wasn't meant to do that. It's shown on the Cordon site, but yeah, it's Cordon Pictures. It is what it is on that. That's not why I'm getting these. I have a Generation 1 Sunstreaker, which, speaking of, here he is for comparison. Now, as you see, the missing link is just a little taller, just a hair taller. But I still think that's just fine. It's perfectly acceptable in my opinion, since the car mode is on point. Mainly has to do with the different joints and stuff that are in the legs. So, like, as you can see, they are I'm so old. Very similar in a lot of respects. Everything on it is just super on point. It reminds me of the kind of like the Optimus Prime. It's better than the Bee and the Clip Jumper, which are both excellent releases as well. And I just think they're so cool. All right, for a final comparison, there he is with Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Cliff Jumper Missing Link figures. Really fantastic release, and they look good together. I can't wait to see how many of these they do. I would love to get a full run of all the Autobots in Missing Link style, or Decepticons as well. We haven't really got any Decepticons yet in the Missing Link line, so I am hoping for one soon. There's a rumor about Nemesis Prime, but we'll see. So in conclusion, if you like Sunstreaker, you should own it. This is the first time he was ever been reissued officially since the vintage one. There are knockoffs out there, but this Missing Link one really is good. It's a great release. Yeah, they're a bit expensive. I got this one off of Amazon Japan. I think they're sold out, but he's pretty awesome. Let me know what you think of him in the comments, and I'll see you in the next review.